random person just walking down the street in daylight. And it's like, you know, you can take every precaution.
And it's like, is that like a random act or is that like a gendered...
No, it's someone with a mental illness. Like, that's the scary part about it, is like, I think these people that commit these kinds of acts have some form of mental illness. You see it in New York,
like, it just feels like the subway is just... got a lot of mentally unwell people on there, and they're begging because their system doesn't look after them. So that's what happens when you just can't get it together because something that is out of your control. So and then violence happens, and like,
well, most of the homeless people in Australia are mentally ill. Like, that's the statistic is that they end up on the street kind of thing. Because it's just like, what institution is in place? Like, what is the government doing for mental illness? Because it's still something that's so vague. I mean, we talk about anxiety and depression at a certain level, but then like,
I had it for real last year, and it was like such a weird thing to have to go to the doctor and be like, I'm really upset all of the time. And like, it's so personal, but I'm having to tell you it's an illness. Like, I'm having to treat it like I've got a cold, but this is fucked. And like, do you believe me? And am I making it up? And
it's mental health is a really funny one because it's sort of like, I think you feel weird being like, I'm unwell, but you can't see it. There's no physical.
And you're so ashamed that you're unwell because you can just
you're like, I'm physically capable. I'm very physically capable of living my life, but I just can't like break past this barrier. And it's like, I swear, like, I've never felt a more frustrating thing than feeling like that.
And you wonder if it's ever going to go away, and you're like, maybe it won't. Maybe this is who I am.
Sometimes like I've had a really like this year, like the last few months, I've been like struggling with it so much, and it's like I know like I have depression and anxiety, like I know it's within me. I've been suicidal, like I've been so ready to like end it. I've just like, because I can't break past it. And then it's like, just like, I don't know, it's weird.
Like, you know what helps me? Like, you are going to struggle for the rest of your life.
Exactly. It's like, it's literally
just
like, it's
being
funny
afraid.
Once
like, you get the fear out, it helps.
It's like the thing
I'm
of
hit
like,
with it this morning, I was able to do anything.
The second that I just like was like, it's not like you move past the shame. If you just stop being ashamed of the fact that it's like you're
because the shame is it.
It's a disease or whatever. Like, it's like, the second that you just come to terms with it, it's like, okay, like, that's just within me. Like,
you have to take it easy.
we've just got to like deal with it. It's like having diabetes, you know? It's like you just got to take care of it.
It needs to be acceptable to phone in sick and be like, I'm really sad. Like,
I need a day off. Like, because it's really like, it's a really scary place to be.
I had to quit my job in New York because I wasn't leaving the house, and like I just couldn't be there, and I just wanted to like. I kept on just imagining slipping through the floor and just being like, I just want to disappear. So
I get that, like,
come home.
Wow. Because you were not enjoying the job itself.
I think I developed a thyroid disease, and then that triggers like depression, and then I think I got the thyroid disease because I was so stressed out being there. It's such a stressful city, and then I just had to come home and just take it really easy and just strip it all back, and then like coming here I'm like, is it gonna happen to me again? Is it gonna happen to me again?
Nah, because that's better.
Exactly.
But it's a funny one. Hey, I feel like because I'm like, okay, like I'm aware that this is something that I experience often. It's funny like going through the motions, because I feel like this year's been particularly funny. Like, I'll have real like roller coaster weeks where I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? And like, why am I doing it? Like, why am I painting stuff? Like, why do I want to do this? Like, and then also
that's
like
so normal though.
but like painting the way I paint is just like a constant like conversation about mental health anyway. And then sometimes I really like can't look at my work because I'm like, I feel that way today. And then other times I'll be like, I needed to paint that today because now it's not in me, it's on that painting.
But that's so
it's
good
like,
that you have that as an outlet.
It's literally like my lifesaver. It's like, I was so ready to end my life, and then I figured out how to paint.
That
and
also
it's like,
feeds into your creative, like I feel like
absolutely.
It's a gift.
It's such a
and
gift.
That's part of the gift is having that darkness. So that it informs the beautiful work.
But it's funny that you know that the comedian that I was telling you about, her comedy act. So
is it Judith Lucy?
No, I can't. It's the act.
I'm like trying to think of lesbian Australian comedian like Judith
The
Lucy.
act is called Nanette. Like the show is called Nanette, but that's not her name. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, she was like, her whole thing is like she studied art history, which is like not overly useful. But then it's like, some guy like came up to her after her act because she like touches on mental health and he's like, but you know, like artists need to suffer, and it's like,
yeah, I used to think
if you and he was like if Van Gogh didn't suffer, we wouldn't have the sunflowers.
I had that
this.
argument once.
Van Gogh saw multiple doctors because he was so like he sold like no paintings in his lifetime because he was so fucking mentally ill he couldn't talk to anyone.
Yeah, didn't he cut his ear off?
He cut his own fucking ear off. Tell me how that's fucked.
Yeah,
Like
that's so fucked.
there are portraits of his doctors holding like flowers or like some sort of like plant that was used as a antidepressant or like something to help with mental health that makes you see things very yellow, which is why the sunflowers painting exists. So it's like, don't fucking say that like artists need to suffer because it's like that's proof that Van Gogh was trying to not fucking suffer. If he didn't seek help for his suffering, we wouldn't have that fucking painting. Like fuck you. Like stop acting like artists or anyone creative has to dwell upon all their pain to create something.
Well, it's like
what
you have
do
to
you
be
do with the pain
it's
then?
not like
What do you do with the pain?
like the it's like. Well, I mean, like I'm not.
I think like it's not a prerequisite for being an artist.
Yeah, it's like it can.
Yeah.
I think you build.
Maybe
build
we're saying don't
things
if you don't go out and try and find the pain.
Yeah, you don't
so
have to be constantly like in pain,
in agony and upset.
It's like
depressed,
like you can
Don't
be
glorify
emotional.
it.
Yeah, don't glorify it.
Yeah, because I remember
Exactly.
being a kid in high school and I loved English literature and I loved creative writing, but I was like, I can't, because my teacher would always say write from experience because the best stories are real stories, and then but I was like, but I've never suffered, I've never had like touch wood, I had a really comfortable upbringing, and then I started thinking to myself like, you know, I'll never be able to be a good artist until I suffer. And I remember having an argument with her and I was like, you can't know love without heartbreak, and she was like, I don't agree with you. She was like, I really don't agree with you. She's like, it's not, you don't have to experience deep, dark pain to be an artist or to create.
I think it's like, everyone's experiences are so different, you know?
But by that same token, though, art can be an amazing outlet if you do have all that dark place. But
I think it's like for
shouldn't
me,
be
it's sort of
glorified.
like for me, I definitely needed it to move past a certain point in my life, and it helped so much for that. But now it's so much more of like, the paint, like what I paint is so beautiful because it's just honest. Like there's honesty, and it's not about the pain, and it's definitely not about like glorifying anyone's personal pain. It's just about like